Hey guys, this is Bella with Bella Gitana Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a pick a card reading. So you can pick pile 1, 2, or 3. So right here, this is a rainbow. Yeah, rainbow. Oh, sorry, rainbow moonstone little thing. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Aquamarine. See how pretty it is? I love this. All right, and then number 3, we got Rhodonite in the shape of a heart. So make sure to pick a pile. We're asking Spirit, what does the Divine Masculine want with the Divine Feminine? What are some things that he wants her to know? And as I go along, I'll show you what I was asking Spirit whenever I was pulling certain cards. But you know, just meditate on it if you need to, on which one you want to pick, 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to timestamp it below. So just make your decision, and let's get started. All right. So if you pick number 2, okay. I mean, if you pick number 1. Oh my gosh. So I'm using my new camera, and finally, like I just had to finally do it. So all right. So if you pick number 1, it's only so much we can fit in here. So I'm just going to start off with these 5, and then we'll go from there. All right, so the Divine Masculine wants you to know, okay, that this connection really transformed his life. Because as you can see, it says here love language, deep conversation, and then we have a butterfly here. So this Divine Masculine really feels like you guys really were able to go beyond the surface. Like, you know, maybe he got used to not having deep conversations with people, especially people that he dated before you. And so now he's in a state where he realizes that this love transformed him, because now this is like his love language. Like, this is what he craves, okay? And interestingly enough, we pull the dragonfly to clarify these two. And it says here, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Okay, you see that? And then we have the axe here. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent, treatment, abandonment. So he's really trying to stop that pattern, because he knows that this love transformed him to where now he's aware that you know, this basically put like a wedge between you guys. Maybe you guys weren't able to communicate that much, but I know there for some of you there could be some silent treatment going on where nobody's really talking to each other. So yeah, so this definitely says a lot. And then right here says the unsaid. Showing I love you or like you without showing I love you or like you without physically saying it. Didn't say it yet. So this Divine Masculine may not have expressed to you how he felt, because before he met you, he was probably afraid of having conversations. So he's not used to having deep conversations. But with you, he was able to realize that that's something that he really wanted. But it took some time for him to adapt, change, and heal, to be able to come forward and say what he feels, because he didn't have the clarity at the time. And maybe he really does want to tell you how he feels, but he feels like he might be misunderstood. Okay, so we have honesty, intention, truth on one hand, and then we have misunderstood, lost soul, victim, mistakes. So he just doesn't want to end up making a mistake, because maybe he dealt with some abandonment issues, you know. So definitely know that he wants to bring some clarity to you and tell you something that he hasn't told you before. And that's even more clarified with these. I just recently got these. So we have the Knight of Emotions, which is the Knight of Cups, and we got a Page of Cups that was at the bottom of the deck. So he really wants to come forward, and it might be at a snail's pace, okay? But he is excited to come forward and telling you how he feels. And look at that. It's like the heart chakra is open. You got all this life around it. Like you brought life back into his life. And then you have like the sun right here, the sun right here. So a lot of emotions, a lot of things coming to light, but he really feels strongly that he would like to come forward and show you, tell you what he didn't say before. Because deep down, he feels you are his soul essence. You guys vibrate from the same vibration. You know, you guys, your hearts beat at the same drum, pretty much. and this was something that surprised him. Okay, shifts, big changes, surprises. It was like a tower moment. And at the bottom of the deck was this one, Spirit of the Key, solution, wisdom, spiritual knowledge. So he basically feels like you opened up his world. You know, you made him want to get out of that darkness. And he, you know, it looks like he was in the darkness and now he's going towards the light, you know. Then we got this one here that has a lot of light in there. Very similar with these cards. So you basically unlocked something in him that made him realize he really wants to come forward and tell you how he feels. Because it's interesting that we had the tower moment when we got surprised here. He was surprised and frustrated about what he was feeling, you know, just really wanting to come forward and telling you how he feels, but he feels like he was being blocked, like something happened that was blocking him from being able to tell you how he feels. And it could be that maybe he's afraid of deep conversations. It's hard to say, but you know, this really shocked him. This big change that happened really shocked him. And so now, like maybe what shocked him is you guys ended up separating. You know, that could have been the thing. Like maybe you left him, or maybe he left you. Maybe it was both of you guys made the mutual decision. But now he's trying to manifest this connection again. And the bottom of the deck was Two of Wands. Okay, so Divine Masculine really wants to make a plan to bring magic back into his connection. You know, using all the skills, all the tools that he has to be able to come forward and really make things different this time. We have, for the twin flame number, your twin flame is now beginning to connect the dots back to you. Because this is why he's manifesting it now, right? Because now he's starting to realize your connection really was something that transformed him for the better. And now he wants to be able to make the wrongs right. And he wants you to know that he wants you to come to the edge. Bottom of the deck is by the book. So this is a 9 here. So this is getting close to the edge, like, you know, completing a cycle. And by the book, this is 11. This is basically twin flame number. But he wants to do things now by the book, where he maybe even wants a family with you. Or maybe you guys already have a family. Take it how it resonates. But he wants to finally take that leap of faith. This kind of reminds me of the Fool. Okay, so he really wants to come forward and take that chance with you, because you are his world. You really brightened up his life. This adds up to an 11. So we got 2 11s here, 511. Wow. So definitely know that this basically turned his whole world around. You know, this world is like shifting, and you got the darkness and the light. This kind of reminds me of the Hermit energy. So he knows that this is where he belongs. He feels like he belongs with you, because you are his world. And the World card is here to say that something is coming to fruition. Something is transforming. We already have the dragonfly and the butterfly. So that's transformation that's happening for sure. And then these are the messages of what he wants you to know. So we got no means no and gossip queen. Okay. So I asked Spirit, what does this mean? Because this seems really dark. First card we got was home. You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel that I'm right where I belong. Okay. So he realized that you are home. You know, just like we had that by the book card with the elephants, he realizes that you're loyal, that he feels like a family with you already, even if you guys don't have a family, if that's your story. Or maybe you do have a family. Take it how it resonates. But basically, worry. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm overthinking everything. What will everyone else think? And that's funny because we have the gossip queen, right? And this is a message right here, like a crow bringing a message. So he's afraid that he's basically overthinking everything, because he's worried that some gossip's going to come out. What will everyone else think? And it says here, letter, I will be writing you a message. Okay. So this is interesting, because even though he is fighting with himself on wanting to come forward, being frustrated, you know, just really learning what his love language is, learning things about himself, wanting to manifest a new start for your connection, I feel like he's definitely gaining some clarity, gaining the strength to be able to make that transformation and be able to finally come forward and tell you how he feels. So I hope that was helpful, guys. And if this didn't resonate, then you can always pick 2 and 3. All right. So for group 2, we got the Aquamarine. Okay. So we got realization, encaged heart, damaged. So the Divine Masculine realizes what your connection means to him. Maybe he wasn't aware of what was going on with your connection, period, but now he realizes what's going on, that it is divine and it is a sacred soul connection. And at the same time, he feels guarded, or he knows that you're probably guarded. Either way, he knows that things happen to where now your hearts are broken and damaged because of what happened between you guys. So to clarify that one, the realization one was photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. So he's finally realizing what you mean to him. And usually that happens when people, you know, spend time apart. You know, they realize what they had. They don't realize what they have until it's gone, right? So this is how he's feeling. and he's interested in talking. It says here, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. So he wants to be able to finally talk with you and maybe tell you the things he didn't say before, now that he's realizing your connection, what it means, that it's different and unique. And then we have rocking it. Being yourself, confident, loud and proud, hitting the right note, harmonious concert, showing off. So he's really starting to become a little bit more confident now that he knows your connection, you know, the meaning of your connection. Because in the past, he might have been apprehensive, right? Very guarded, drifting. So it's guarded, cautious, afraid. Then we have slowly parting, disconnecting, detaching. So I think because he was guarded and afraid, he started slowly detaching from you. Or you probably started detaching from him. But either way, you guys started drifting away from each other. And then the bottom of the deck was the chase. But now the Divine Masculine's in an energy where he wants to chase you. And he's preparing. Relentless pursuit, and he will have victory. So this is a pretty interesting set of cards here, especially how it's black and white, because he was not sure about what was going on, but now that he realizes it, now he's ready to come forward and be relentless. Because we got the World card here, the Seven of Voices, which is Seven of Swords, and then we got the World, the Cosmos. So this was fated, okay? This was something that had to happen in order for you guys to be able to come back together. The World here is indicating that you guys will get a chance, a second chance or third chance, or however many chances you guys have had. You're going to be able to come back together, because when he was drifting away from you, he didn't know what he wanted. You see all these different faces and masks. You know, this is like scattered energy, light and darkness, like just somebody that was all over the place, clouded judgment, really far away from the light, right? Like it was just somebody that was just happy with sitting there, being content with how their life was, and not really facing their darkness, you know, their anger. But he sees you as the light. Once he makes that choice, the world's going to turn. He's going to make that choice to walk towards you, towards the light. And that's you, Divine Feminine, waiting for him. And he is going to walk towards light because he's going to take action. And then bottom of the deck was unconditional love. So we have him showing up here in his own reading. Action, power, dominance. Okay? Because he might have been cold, you know, at some point whenever you guys ended up separating. And now he's in an energy where he's being more open arms, like more open to the love. Because now he's finally found forgiveness within himself. He wants a reconciliation, and he finally understands that you love him unconditionally. And he's finally realizing that he loves you unconditionally. See? These are his emotions. Okay? We got love, and then we got panicky. So, he panicked in this connection. He definitely panicked because he probably hasn't had a love like this before, ever, if ever, you know. So that's why he sabotaged it with the Seven of Swords energy and ended up damaging his own heart and your heart, because he does have these intimate feelings towards you, and he's very panicky, and now he's going to take some action towards you. And this panics him a little bit to finally come forward, because he wants to make sure that he does it right. So we got the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands, which is rods, at the bottom of the deck. So he definitely wants to come forward, you know, and take action. We have that here, masculine spirit, take action, be dominant, emperor energy, to finally come forward towards his Queen of Cups, which is you, divine feminine, and coming forward to finally start your new beginning. Ace of Wands. And let's see here, the twin flame card here says, step into your senses as a way of communicating with your twin flame on an intimate level. Exactly. So definitely pay attention to communicating, like maybe telepathy or do a meditation, so that you guys can really communicate deeper in the 3D. Okay. And maybe you guys need to seek out like your community, somebody that you look up to that can help you. And that way you can meditate and really go within. It's funny how they're all following each other with the message. And this is the 11 card. 29 adds up to 11. Twin flame number. Infinity. Also reminds me of the strength card. So that's definitely what he wants for you. And then we got blossoming, abundance, and the temple path. That was at the bottom of the deck. And these both add up to the same number. So this is 3 and this is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So this is definitely an indication of your connection growing, because he realized what it was. So now he maybe had to go within, go into his own temple, look within, so he can come into unison with himself, into union with himself, mind, body, and soul. So he can finally realize, wow, this is, you know, what this connection means. Because he wasn't, back then in the past, I feel like he treated you more like a friend, okay? Because we have friend and ignorance is bliss, okay? And then the first message was unrequited. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other, okay? So that could have been why he was in that 7 of Swords energy, just really not facing his darkness, because he probably felt like ignorance is bliss. You know, why should I change myself when everything's fine the way it is, right? Because he was very selfish. And it says here, I love the way you make me feel, but I can't give you the same in return. Because he's so used to being in that dishonesty, you know, 7 of Swords energy, that's why he needs to make sure to go within, right? To go within so that he can blossom. Rely on his community to help him find the answers and communicate with you during meditation or in dreams. But really using your senses to communicate with you, because he doesn't want to let you go. He really doesn't want to let you go. The feelings that he feels for you is very love, romantic. Now he finally understands this is unconditional love. And he wants the world to change from this to, you know, being more positive and chase you this time instead of running away. Now he's laser focused. Okay. So I hope that helps for group number 2. And let me know in the comments if that resonated for you. And if that didn't resonate, you can always watch 1 or 3. All right, number 3. So this is the Rhodonite. Let's go ahead and see what's in the cards here. So we got roses are red, true love, and we got summer. So I don't know if you guys met in the summer, or, you know, we do have summer coming up. So this could be meaningful, you know, but you guys do have true love. And I will say you guys got the most cards out of anybody else in the group, because they just kept coming out like crazy. And you'll see why. But to clarify, roses are red. I got the passion card. It says here, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. And then we got the chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So I'm feeling like the divine masculine may have run away because maybe you were chasing him. You know, it wasn't an equal give and take because you guys had such an intense, insane chemistry that this is probably foreign to him, okay? And interesting enough, we got personality traits, right? So it says here, funny, great personality, compatible, resonance, connection, sunny and light interactions. So there's something going on about the summer, but you guys have really insane chemistry because your personalities mesh well together. And you guys are very compatible. But at the same time, he wants you to know that his pride may have gotten in the way. And there was a lot of tension because of ego, arrogance, stubborn love. Even though it's true love, stubborn love. Then we got tension, turbulence, arguments, stress. So he definitely felt overwhelmed. We got 7 of Wands here. This is somebody that's usually an energy of conflict. More like somebody that just wants to do things alone. And then we got the Tower. So these both add up to a 7, okay? So usually 7 is a spiritual number. So somebody needed to go within because there was too much pride. Somebody needed to go within to be able to, you know, catch their bearings, so to speak. Because this was very hard, you know. Then we got the spirit of the lion again. So it's funny, we got the lion here twice. So maybe you're dealing with the Leo, Aries or Sagittarius energy. But yeah, or maybe you're a Leo, but take it how it resonates. So then we got the spirit of the lion. Leader, recognition, respect. Then we got spirit of the cross. Burden, hardship, lessons. So I think this was a lesson that he had to learn on his own because he had to learn who he is inside and recognize who he is, that he is a king. So that he can be able to have respect within himself and with you, Divine Feminine. And be able to have that recognition. You know, maybe he's a leader in his community. But either way, this also became, the pride and ego and the tension became very burdensome for him. Very hard for him. But it was something that had to happen. But when it came to his emotions, I only asked for 2 cards, or 1 card, and I got like a bunch. I got 3. And then this at the bottom. So this pride and ego was so in the way because look, he was furious, mad, enraged. Okay. Then resentful, indignant, offended, bitter, being very closed off, and stressed, tense, strained, under pressure. This is why it was hardship. Okay. It was so hard for him that he became like a teapot. He just couldn't handle any more of the pressure. And this left him feeling really hopeless, you know, very pessimistic about your connection or love in general, but pessimistic, despondent, defeated. This also reminds me of the Tower card because this is like a storm. And he was left standing alone on this rock, like with nothing left. But the good thing is that he's transforming out of this energy. And look, the burdens are here. At the bottom of the deck was 10 of Swords. He's transforming this negative tension, angry feelings to be able to come forward to be with you, Divine Feminine. Because this was a very painful ending. 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And then your twin flame number here says 1133. Commit to being the best version of yourself and enjoy the positive impact it has on your connection. So this is why he needed to be a leader in the connection, to be able to step into his higher self so that he can be able to overcome those shadows. But the tower had to come down to be able to help him get out of that negative energy, because he had a lot of negative emotions, even hopelessness. So this is what he wants you to know. Now he wants to have peace. Okay, this is a 5, which means basically for change. He wants to have peace, maybe come forward with a message. Even though he does go round and round in circles about it in his head, he keeps thinking about it. But here we have a 7 here. And the tower is usually where it destroys the old constructs of old beliefs. So these thoughts keep going around and around in his head, where he wants to be able to do something about it. Because at first he felt it was not for him. But now, going from the 6, he's going to go to the 7, because 6 is for peace and harmony and improvement. So he needed to go ahead and balance out his light and darkness and really go within. And look at this, the bottom of the deck with soulmates. Because he doesn't want to lose you. This is a 5 for change. Dolphin. This penguin here has a key, and this one has the lock, right? So he has the key now to your heart, okay? Because he knows you guys have a soul contract, okay? He wants to bring justice, wants to balance out the scales, really go within and bring justice to your connection, because he is curious about being finally available. And he got so many messages that came out. I was just like in shock, okay? So to clarify, curious says here, I feel like you've moved on without me, and that's difficult for me to see. So this is why he's in that curious mode. Like, he's wondering, has she moved on? Like, what's going on? Is she still available? And right here it says, ring, I promise you. Okay. So to me, this is saying that he wants to be able to find out the truth after everything that's happened with this tower moment. And he's going to really bring you a higher level of commitment. He's going to say, I promise you. It says here, honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not because I'm being vulnerable. Because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. Exactly. We saw that earlier with where is it? He had to change, transform. Number 1 also got the transformation card too. This was conflict, okay? This was conflict for him. 7 of Wands, 7 of Inspiration. Really not trying to open his world, just resisting it, right? Because being vulnerable makes him feel like I don't know how to say it, but basically he just feels it's something so foreign to him that he's hid himself from his own emotions for so long that he couldn't even do the same for you and show you how he feels. He says, honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not. So he was pretending that he was resisting this connection because of the pride, because of the ego. And that caused a lot of tension. Remember, guys, the ego is just there to protect you. But your soul knows deep down something that the soul knows and the ego doesn't know, that you guys have this soul connection. So that's why it's always tension and conflict, right? And it says here, listen, I am telling you the truth. You can trust my words. So he's basically starting to realize that his ego got in the way, and he's finally transforming, okay? He's transforming because he got to this painful ending, and now he wants to finally be with you, feminine. Empress. I mean, these are two major arcana. So to get the Tower, the Empress, and the Death card, those are major shifts, major changes that are coming your way. Could be by summer, not sure, but definitely let me know in the comments if this resonated. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of my new camera. I'm telling you, this was a headache because I ended up getting a camera that did not have autofocus, and then the second one I got was the same. So I finally went to Best Buy and bought this one because I was just like, I can't deal with this. Cannot deal with this. But I want to do one last message for the collective, you guys. Just some words of encouragement as we go on the rest of the week. What is the message Spirit wants us to know for groups 1, 2, and 3? This is like a hard deck to shuffle. Bring it forward, Spirit. Alright, finally. We got striving. This card comes out a lot. And then we got direction. Interesting. So it says here, eventually the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. Okay, I really love this because in a lot of these that I went through, there was a lot of ego and pride, especially group number 2. So, I mean, in all of them, I'm sure there's some kind of ego because we all have ego, right? So we just got to strive to really try to give it all to the Divine and trust that we don't have to have all the answers. Let's see what direction says here. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Wow. Yeah, so definitely know, you guys, that fate always, and God just always gives us the tools. Nothing we can do is going to mess up our own life path of where we're supposed to go. Every direction we're headed is for a purpose. And so always ask for guidance, okay? Always ask, okay, if I'm headed to the wrong direction, then let me know. So usually the universe has always a way of letting you know for sure, because I've gone through that where I asked Spirit to give me some kind of sign, and sure enough, Spirit always does. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.